It's the holiday season and we're preparing to wrap gifts. Later better than never? A project I've wanted to tackle for a while is making a wrapping paper station. I have seen some examples that people have 3D printed. I've seen some that you can purchase. I've seen one that my buddy Robert's got. I was kind of jealous. Stole some ideas from him and then expanded upon them a little bit. And I am going to throw something together real quick. I was scrounging around in the building here at the house yesterday and found some scraps that will make this a really quick project. So in considering this project, I wanted to look at the wrapping paper lengths, and we have the standard long ones, which are 3.3 feet wide, really strange. We have medium size, which is 36 inches. I just checked, but if you don't believe me, there's the label. And then we also have the shorties, and the shorties here are 2.5 feet. Again, bizarre. So 30, 36, and 3.33. Why can't we make anything simple? Okay, so to position this to carefully not give away any surprises, here's the long, there's the medium, there's the short. And what I'm going to do is do this in 2 pieces. So you clamp one end, you clamp the other end against the table. We do this to protect it. We've got a sheet underneath it and a big piece of cardboard. I think from a chest freezer. I'm going to make 2 pieces with some dowels that stick out, and I would like to be able to use all 3 sizes since these appear to be similar. So if I were to center these up on each other and roughly determine how much difference there would be, I could do the math and I may write it down on paper. I'm going to do a short dowel on each side for the longest one. I have to do a little bit more for a medium size, and I would like to have not a third position. I could do a third position. I'm just going to do 2 positions, but I'd like to be able to accommodate the shorter one on the second position. So I need, minimal amount on this end, probably 2-3 inches on each side. And then let's call that, I didn't have a ruler handy, but I had a cash bill. So that's 6 inches. So if I did 6 inches, that would overlap the shortest one by about 2. And that should give me enough. It'll accommodate all 3 sizes. I'm going to take that back now and onto the shop. If you're wondering why I might be excited about a new shop, let me show you why. That's the path I have to stand in. Tools, 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 tools. Not a lot of room to do anything. Plus there's more stuff over here. And there's garden and yard tools over here. So growth is good. Wow, okay. So like I said, I found a bunch of parts. I've got some 45-degree angles that I'm going to use as a support. I'll find 2 that match. Let's see, these are all cut about roughly the same. Those 2 will work just fine. Set these aside. Have a dowel. I think I said I got 2 inches. That's 4, and then I needed 6. That's going to be 12. So 12 and 4 is going to be 16. So yeah, I got 23. I drilled a hole to test fit the dowel. It works. Nice and flush. And this is some of the scrap that I had laying around from the camper conversion, and my thought was to take, and I've got some slightly larger stuff I may use, is to take one of these and one of these, mount them like this, and put this in as a support. Put the clamp on here to the table. Actually, I may do it like that. That way I've got more clamping toward the edge of the table. Put 2 holes in. One close to the top at the front, because I don't care how big that diameter is outside of this little frame. It's just there to hold the dowel. And then the other one somewhere about here. And I'll cut 2 pieces the same size. This is actually obviously taller. I kind of like that height. Glue it Put some brad nails in. Pop, 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 pop. And with the holes, we should be done, right? What could possibly go wrong? So I watched a lot of guys make stuff, jigs and whatnot, that are just kind of relative versus, you know, measuring it out. So I found this board. I'm gonna cut it in half. Measured it to be not quite 21, so I'm gonna cut it down to 2 pieces that are 10 inches. 10 to 10 to 20, plus the saw blade width. And I've got my stop set up, and we'll get 2 10-inch pieces out of it. All right, for the side pieces, I arbitrarily decided on 8 inches because I liked the size of that and it was only 7, so I'm gonna go with 8. I'm gonna square this end up, and because this is a long board and I have very little room, I had to move some stuff around, but here's my stop block for the critical dimension on this side. And then over here, I have a board on top to hold this down to keep it from flopping over after I cut it off. Okay, so there's a rough layout. Got my 2 pieces for the sides. I got the holes marked, got them clamped together, so I'm just gonna make one drill hole through and then put these together. Pretty much like I planned it. This is a little wobbly on this side. Let me turn this around, see if that fits any better. I know what I'll do. I'll put a piece of tape on that. I don't want to glue these in so that I can take them out and use them for something else. Maybe if I ever decide I want to. There's no need. So painter's tape or a little piece of paper. Just in there. All you need is a shim, and there. Oh, still got a little wiggle. If it comes out, I'll put a nail in it. Just a tiny little brad now. You know what I should have done? I should have measured the width of the table. These suckers are barely hanging on. If I had realized that, and I still can, so I can turn the base around and have the dowels come out the other side. That's why I didn't glue them in. But there's the large, there's the medium, and the small. There's plenty of room on there for the small to fit. Okay, so I moved my dowels to the other side. I had to drill through this 2x4 brace, and then they were a little, the big ones, I don't know why, it's just these guys, maybe a little wobbly. So what I did was this. I used a toothpick as a shim and shoved it in the hole, and do this one-handed. It's dirtied it up quite a bit. Now I tried regular toothpick. It was too big. If I had a flat wooden toothpick, that'd go in there just fine and I could just break it off. And I kind of pushed and it pulled out, or pushed through, but now they are functional and sturdy. Again, I could glue them, I could put a nail in them, I could do a variety of things, but wood on wood is good. If I'd been able to put the square toothpick in, it would have been great, but we had these for years. They're freaky, very, very thin on the ends. But a flat toothpick would work. And you can use toothpicks for a variety of things. You can use toothpicks for a variety of things. If you have a stripped screw in wood, you can place the toothpick down in the hole, drive your screw in, and then trim off the rest of the toothpick to fill in the hole, and the screw won't be stripped anymore. It acts as a wedge. And if one doesn't do it, cram a couple in there and then drive the screw in between the toothpicks. The threads push out against the toothpicks, and it fills in the hole, and it's wood on wood at that point. Now to wrap presents. Thanks for watching. I hope you enjoyed it.
Too many hobbies, not enough time.
It's a theme song, y'all.